Hello, I'm Richard Raffan. I recently got this lump of Himalayan cedar out of garage clearance, and I was quite excited with the prospect of making a bowl out of it. Then I noticed the big splits. So what you'll see in this video is how I go about cutting this up. So when I initially got this, this was all covered in muck. It's been brushed off, and I'll just brush it again. And that reveals a big split, goes down to there and then down to there. Now on the other end, I put a pencil line. At least I don't know if I put a pencil line, but it looks like the kind of thing I do, since this has been cut off, and I would have been looking at the end grain there. So I think the first thing I'll do here is just take a thin slice off here and see if there is a split there. It's always a good idea to take a thin slither off and then you bend it just to see what there is, and that is what there is. And it pretty well lines up with the pencil line I had, so that was definitely me doing that. So just put that back where it was. Now I might already have done this because that split wasn't very obvious. So next thing really is to cut down the major split, which is this one here, along the line of the split more or less. So the split seems to end there. I've already marked that with pencil, so I've just come straight through. Alright, so that's going to give me clean sort of square somewhere in the middle, and splits are coming in, you can see them there, and that just comes down a little bit there, so I might just take that off, see if I can eliminate. Still hanging around up there, but if I'm going to be turning end grain, that will vanish. I might just take the end off and see what's happening. This is rocking a bit there, so it turns out a bit solid. Just see if that wants to break. No, only the bark, right, up. I go really hard. That breaks there. Now I do like bowls made in this stuff, so one option is to cut it down the middle, and so I've got bowl blanks. That's a split, so if I was going to cut it, I'd be cutting it this way. So I need to get rid of that split. Looks good. Let's take a little thin bit. There's a hint of a split up in there. If this is the top, I can live with that, just kind of square. And there's another little bowl bank in there. Just remember to keep these square in case I want to make little end grain boxes instead. So you can see it's all tailing off quite a bit. Not going to get much out of this bit, so I'm just going to cut a wedge off there. means I could get a bowl or something there. I've got a split coming in there. Now that's my old split. So what am I going to do there? I think I'll just come straight across this. Can't get much out of there, so I'm going to cut that down. Right, so now I have enough for a kind of vase here with the kind of rounded piece. That's what that will become. A big split into there. So that's going off at that angle. Split there, there's a little bit there, I'm going to cut that out. So there's a split at that end, and I can get, by the look of it, a nice little bowl out of there. Back to the first one. Got a line there. That's fine. Just trim this up a bit. I know this timber to be very well seasoned. It was lying pretty well undisturbed for at least 10 years, and it was probably might well have been dry before that. So I have something for a bud vase, what I call a pot. This can be either bowls, a bowl, or I can cut it in half, and I've got end-grain boxes. Same with that. One little bowl there that will come out as if it's a kind of classic shaped bowl, and two more probably little bowls, but I could also cut those in down either for boxes, or if somebody wanted them for pens or something like that. Lots I can do with a blank like that. So I got a reasonable amount out of that block. Good.